What's up, beautiful people? It's Pretty Girl Love Trap content here. All right, we are discussing season 4, episode 2 of Power Book 2 Ghost of this morning. Okay, sorry for the delay, technical difficulties. Deacon Johnson decided to unplug the laptop to plug in the air fryer and the toaster oven for the Father's Day breakfast this morning. So, my bad, y'all. Happy Father's Day to all of the fathers, stepfathers, uncles, big brothers. Okay, just all the figures out there. Thank you so much for being great dads. Okay, we have Demarcus in the building, Samara, Ronald Cameron, Mr. Jones, Daria, Queen, Stephen Harris, Tamika White. How are y'all doing? How are y'all doing this morning? Thank you so much for spending your Father's Day morning with me. Okay, I'm not trying to be that long because I do have plans as well. So we are going to get into it. All right. So y'all, let's establish that there is a little time jump from episode 1. So it's approximately a couple of months after the ending of episode 1. So we have to keep this in mind, okay? Hey, Support Gaming, thank you for coming through. So y'all, we start off at the port, okay, with Detective Mr. Nightmare on Light Skin Street, okay? Detective Carter, of course, he has to pop on the screen first, okay? And apparently some folks done rushed in and got the Russians product, okay? They done got the Russians Connect product at the port, and oh, sorry for you, okay? This is the problem with being in the underworld, right? Like, who do you call to rectify this type of situation? That's why I am an advocate of an HR department, okay, for drug dealers and such, because we need some ordinance, we need some rules and guidelines, okay? We need policies and procedures for things such as this, because I don't know what I would do, okay? I would lose my entire mind. Like, we need to be able to establish insurance policies on items such as these. So they're gonna have to figure it out, okay? But even though we're in the midst of this whole port situation, all Mr. Nightmare Night Skin Street is thinking about is Tariq St. Patrick, okay? So one of his teammates provided him a file of the quote-unquote campus pow-powing RIP Junior, okay? But they already know that this whole story is B to the S. Like, it's looking very much fishy, because if you look at the optics, Tariq St. Patrick has connection to damn near every pow on Stansfield's campus. So for him to be the quote unquote hero saving the campus from powing, and also providing some sort of vengeance towards the detective that is investigating him. Like, yeah, the team know it's giving very much fishy. It's giving very much catfish, tilapia, whiting, perch, cod, swai, all the fishes you can think of. Yeah, that's what it's giving. So, yeah, even though it was a decent plan, I always felt like Tariq, you putting 10 on 20, sir. Like, when I saw him over there talking to that reporter, being on the Channel 9 News, I was like, yeah, Tariq, I hope this don't come back and bite you, because this is a lot, sir. This is a lot. You over here trying to convince us that you are now the savior of Stansfield. Like, it was a lot. It was a lot. What's up, David? Thank you for coming through. So, y'all, so we over here on campus, right? So now we see that Braden is over there staying with Reek, okay? Because, I mean, technically, Braden could probably afford his own place, but he'll probably be staying in the projects or something. So I know he ain't trying to do that. Okay. So he over there staying with Tariq, and he's in real estate because his cousin got him a nice little cute little job. Even though it seems like he's low on a totem pole, he's making a little money. Okay. Now Tariq, his financial status has also changed. Okay. This poor child, I'm just being funny because technically he poor, but not poor child. Like, I feel sorry for him, but he is very much poor. Okay. He is on financial aid. He got the student loans popping. He got, campus jobs. Like, he got 3 jobs. He got the laundry duty, the library duty, and candy shop. Oh yeah, sorry. Shout out to Nivea and 50 Cent. That was my little song. But y'all, as soon as I heard the staff woman telling us how many jobs he got and where those jobs are going to be located, I was like, yeah, those are the very places that Tariq St. Patrick is going to be selling that work. I already knew. I already know. He's going to be over there folding laundry, folding drawers, and selling drugs, okay? And you ain't got to tell me at all. I already know, okay? So Tariq he's pretty much pissed off at the fact that he was quote unquote outsmarted, and he's very much cocky, okay? He pretty much stated, I can't believe I ain't never seen this ish coming. And I'm supposed to be smarter than everybody else. And see, this is the problem when we always come to, how should I put this, you guys? When we hear characters say this, it's never really great. You know what I'm saying? Because you cannot be as cocky as to believe that you're the smartest person in the room. Even though it may be true, you cannot be cocky to think that you can't be outsmarted, because you will be proven wrong again, sir. I feel possibly. Now, I want Tariq to win. Don't get me wrong. But that was very ballsy of him to be thinking that. Long story short, Tariq is tired of working hard. Like, he rather works hard. Like, his expertise is like coming up with plans and selling drugs in abundance. Okay. He's not with this low paying job-ish minimum wage. He's not with it at all. Actually, it's less than minimum wage. Okay. So he wants back in, but he's like, damn, am I worthy? Because I'm not even smart no more. Like, I don't think I'm smart enough to sell these drugs, because these people was over here. And don't get me wrong, the fact that he feels that the Tejadas outsmarted him, now I'm not gonna lie, I will question my intelligence as well. I'm like, the dumbass Tejadas, they got one up on me. Like, yeah, I would definitely feel a way, Tariq. I'm not even gonna hold you. You are valid in your feelings, because they're not smart at all. They are not smart. Okay. Effie, yeah, he knows she's smart, so he could be like, all right, I can get it, but the Tejadas outsmart moi. I get it, Tariq. I get you questioning. I get you questioning yourself, because I would be pissed off as well. Okay. Speaking of questioning, we see Noma. She's over there questioning Obi about how he obtained those green cards. Okay. And I already know, she know he lying, but she also knows that she need to keep him around a little bit longer before she types up, the profile of her next candidate. Okay. Before she plaster that posted on Indeed.com for a new assistant, she need to be clear on exactly what she needs. Okay. And, the way Obi was trying to hit at her last episode, she was like, yeah, I got to make sure I have the right candidate, okay? Because what we not going to do is be lying up in here, okay? And she also gives him the task of setting up a meeting with the Russians, because it's all over the newspaper that Detective Nightmare on Elm Street, a.k.a. Nightmare on Light Skin Street, is over there, rounding up the folks, okay, and getting the dealers locked up. So now we try to expand, y'all. Noma, you can't even handle what you got going on, girl. Like, I don't know. Do I want her to exit stage left? Because I don't necessarily dislike her character. I just feel like I don't even know if she's a disappointment. I don't know. I just feel like she was very much hyped up last season. And I never bought it. What's up, Blaze? Thank you for coming through. What's up, HEA? Thank y'all. Levi, what's up? What's up, y'all? So, yeah. What do y'all think about Noma? Do y'all think she was hyped up? Because I do. Blaze, you said, I disagree. LOL. I don't want Tariq to win, nor does he even deserve to survive the series. I mean, literally has it coming. They all do. I get what you're saying. But from my perspective, the writers, they was tricky. Okay, they fooled me with trickery as well as a bunch of us, because in OG Power, I could not stand Tariq St. Patrick. He got on my ever-loving nerves. He made the little tiny hairs on my neck stand up. So I completely agree that Tariq is not the best person, but for the sake of this show, he's borderline pretty much our protagonist. So in that form, I do want him to win in terms of him getting his ish together, okay? Because we was over there crying last episode about being regular, normal college kids, you know what I'm saying? Worry about finals and fucking. But yeah, he is there now, a quote unquote a regular college kid, but he's over there now talking about selling that work again. Like, Tariq, get your ish together. Like, I don't have time. Because I explained to you last episode, Tariq, you over here forgetting and think you got amnesia, because how many times have we saw your father, James St. Patrick, yoke you to F up? Making sure you did not enter thy game. But thy game swallowed your... Have you ever been swallowed? Have you ever been swallowed, Tariq? That's what James has been telling and asking you for the past umpteen years, but you failed to listen. Do I need to go to CVS and get some Q-tips, sir? Because I'm tired, Tariq. I am tired. Jesus Christ. I am so done. So done. Levi, I have to remind him of his past, because I cannot. Tariq just... Okay, so I asked y'all about Noma. Let me see what y'all saying about Noma real quick. HEA, you said she was introduced to us at Noma, chopping off extremities, doing pop-ups, but her hype is diminished. Yes, and I already knew that's where it was going, because one thing the Power Universe is going to do, they're going to hype up someone so high, and they're going to let us down. How many ops have we experienced that really let us down? I mean, we had the 3-4 horsemen, whatever that was, in force. We had the Russians. We had all of the nationalities that we had to deal with that was just beefed up. For what? And Lord knows, Ronnie just popped up in his head with his starched up dungarees. Like, don't get me started, y'all. Please and thank you. Do not get me started about how they always beefing up people for no reason. Okay? I am over it. Thank you so much for the Cash App, Blaze. I appreciate you. Thank you. So, yeah, I'm over it. You said Noma is annoying, and it's becoming clear why her operation outside the U.S. failed. That is facts. And the only reason it's low-key successful in the U.S. because of Tariq St. Patrick, a 19, 20-year-old. Like, this is ridiculous. But y'all, let's move on, because Davis is over there dealing with all these allegations per Jenny Sullivan. Like, Long Chin Jenny is not even on the screen, but she's over there annoying the hell out of me, okay? She accusing Davis of bribery, stealing, police files and records, okay? Which he kind of was doing, whatever, but that's... Mind your business, Jenny. Going over there and get Gotti and his descendants with the mob. Like, leave us alone. Like, oh, she over there feeling guilty about Saks. That's all this is about. But really, the issue is the conflict of interest between, trying to represent Monet and Dirty Diana. But we got to figure all this out, okay? Because Davis is getting to the point where he's kind of down bad, okay? He had to give up his office, child. His employees is over there worried about their direct deposit. but all he is trying to do is directly deposit his peen into his council. And he successfully does so. And I'm like, Davis, you are having a lot of fun, sir. You are having a lot of fun. Okay, you went from pumping iron to pumping pelvic thrust up in here. And am I mad at it? No, but I just want to know where his wife at. Are we going to see his wife? Because I very much so hope they are separated, because all he seems to be doing is separating the thighs of multiple women during his suspension. And I'm like, Davis, what are we doing here? I mean, you was always a cheater, but you're really going full throttle. Pun intended, no pun intended. But yeah, Davis, I need to figure out what's going on with your marital status, sir, because you act like you don't care at all. Okay, everybody can get it when it comes to Davis, all right? So he goes to his hearing, and they pretty much decide to suspend him until his disbarment hearing. And I'm like, damn, you over there direct depositing your peen into Miss Tanaka did not help you at all, sir. Like, I don't know if he was just horny or just giving her some incentive or both, but that didn't work. Okay, so I don't know if he's going to be continuing to knock the boots off Miss Tanaka, but Davis, I just don't know. I don't know where you're headed, sir. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good, okay? Then he goes back to the office, okay? And who is there waiting on him? Detective Carter. Oh my Lord, Jesus Christ. So he has a quote unquote proposal for Davis. And you know, we playing this game again. This is a new cop that's gonna get on my ever loving nerves, okay? And he's over there talking all slow and in riddles and trying to entice Davis to flip on Tariq and them. And Davis was over it just as he was like, you need to find a faster way to say whatever the F you're saying. I said, you know what? I'm going to use that in my everyday life. Like, that line is fire to me, okay? I need to use that. Because I don't have time. I can't stand slow talking ass people. Like, get to the point. What are we doing? What are we doing? But Davis, he professionally tells Carter to go F himself. But we already know he's not going to stop, okay? It's giving Jim Carrey, somebody stop me. It's giving very much Mass. And I don't know how much I can deal with Carter popping up on people and trying to be scary on screen. Like, I like Michael Ealy in terms of an actor, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I'm kind of over the annoying cop thread, even though we do need that element on some level. But I don't know, y'all. But hey, we only got 8 more episodes of this show, unfortunately, so I'm gonna be here for it, okay? Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, Levi said Carter sounds like Batman. Support gaming. You said Don Carter will be a mix of Howard, Jukebox, and Ray Ray. Ooh. I mean, he's giving Whitman to me right now, and that's not a good look. Not a good look, okay? DeMarcus said Don Carter is a great judge of character, just like Kane. Kane who? Eddie Kane Jr.? Because I know you ain't talking about Kane up in this show. DeMarcus, what is going on? You smoking crack? You smoke crack, don't you? I love you, DeMarcus. I'm just kidding, but not. I'm confused. I am confusion, DeMarcus. Did you just type? You allowed your fingers to type that Kane is a great judge of character. This must be a riddle, and I don't know it. Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave that alone, DeMarcus, because you would not antagonize me today, sir. Okay, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. So, speaking of Tejadas, that's going on to Tejada land, okay? Because that's an island I never ever want to be on. Okay. So Monet is home. She's still recovering, mind you. This is a couple months after she got shot or whatever. And she has a nurse / cousin, which is Janet, right? And the kids come in, and Monet, she's all like grateful, like, you kids have been treating me and taking care of me so well. I was just like, I wanted to slap her 2 times on the face. Like, Monet, is this you? Are you giving a compliment? Are you grateful for something? Are you being nice, low key? I was just like, I'm not used to this, y'all. You are establishing some positivity from your brain through your lips. Ma'am, who are you? Where is Monet? Is this AI? Like, girl, I was confusion. I was very much confused. But that did not last longer because as soon as Kane told her that Noma wants to connect with the Russians, her screw face, it showed up. It showed up. So she's a little upset because she knows if the Russians come in to the organization, she is going to be pushed out. Okay. And she's like, I don't need this in my life. If the Russians come in, they're going to push us out. It's going to be bloody and I'm going to be broke. And that is not happening, Captain. Like, I need to make sure I have funds in abundance for these lace fronts and for these designer labels, baby. So we got to figure it out. But at the same time, she's also trying to figure out why it's taking them kids way too long to figure out who shot you. Okay, it's giving very much Biggie Smalls up in here. Okay, and this is reminiscent, of course, on purpose of this whole Lorenzo situation last year when she tasked Lorenzo to find out who shot her baby. And he was pretty much doing all of these things to cover it up. And that's what we see Diana and Drew doing. Okay, we saw earlier they was over there breaking Felipe's arms or what have you. Drew was over there in his feelings, looking at a little drawing of Gordo. And I'm like, I cannot. Drew, go do something with your life. Go draw a picture or something because I can't. I cannot. But one thing about Drew, I respect, he is very much standing on business. He was like, Monet got to go. F all that. F all that. You made me kill my boo. And you orchestrated to kill my daddy. Like, I am done. I am done. Okay. But Kane still has a hard on for Tariq. But of course, Diana and Drew is really trying to steer him a whole other direction. Like, no, it was not Tariq. But I'm like, Kane, shut up. You really don't want Tariq dead because if you wanted Tariq dead, you would have murked him in that warehouse last season. Like, you playing around. You low-key admire and like Tariq. So I need to just come to terms with that, Kane, and leave us the hell alone because I am MFing tired. Please and thank you, sir. I am over it. Oh, gosh. What's up, Big Wolf? How are you? Yes, I'm thinking that too, Big Wolf. I will get into that a little later. What's up, Stephen Harris? You said Tariq and Brayden never need that because the only excuse they would need to be my dad paid for it in this coach talk. Yeah. Blaze, looks like you got a little theory. You said I'm calling it right now. Kane just might be the only one Tejada left standing at the end. I'm fine with that outcome. He's easily the most tolerable out of the whole Tejadas. You know what? I think I agree that he is probably the most tolerable. That's crazy. That's really coming out of my mouth. But really, I never had an issue with Kane anyway. But yeah, I'm over Drew and Diana. They both can go. A twofer, okay? 2-for-1 special. Somebody me, please. And a biscuit. Yes. So, speaking of special, y'all, I guess. Okay. So, we're back on campus with Tariq, right? And we're in this class of banality of evil and leadership, okay? And it's obviously looking like the first day, but I'm confusion, right? Because when Effie was in her class and she set up her appointment for, the interview, she set it for February 22nd, which was the next day, right? So naturally, it's February 21st that we are to believe that today is. Why is this the first day of class? Class normally starts in January. Now, I'm just going to say that they pushed class back because of the pow-powing on campus. But yeah, that's the only thing I'm going to say about that. I was like, can we be consistent here? But I'm just going to say, for shits and giggles, that they pushed class back because of the pow-powing, even though that was a few months ago. I just had to put that out there because that was aggravating me, okay? But coincidentally, we have Reek, Effie, Diana, and Rushandria in this class together, okay? And I'm like, Jesus Christ, we just over here just lucky. Just lucky, right? Okay. But HEA, I thought about that too. She asked, where's Tariq's? What happened to Tariq's bag of money? See, my thing, I don't want to get in a whole tangent, child. I don't know if he transferred that money to Tasha to get some color in her wig. I do not know, HEA, and I'm trying to forget it because even the whole situation last episode with the bag frustrated me. So I'm sure y'all don't want a 10-minute rant about this bag. So I'm going to just politely move on, okay? I'm going to just move on, right? So they're over there in class discussing if evil is a necessary component of leadership. So they're discussing like the characteristics, motives, and the traits of someone who aspires to be a leader and or successful, right? I love the classroom scenes. I wish we had more of them. I mean, this is the beginning of that season, so we may have more, I'm sure. But I just love how the classroom scenes pretty much set the tone of the episode, you know, and I really think it's smart of the writers to include these scenes. Now, some people may not like these scenes, but I love them. And it really showed me how Tariq really reminds me of Ghost, because the way Tariq is able to hold his composure in a classroom setting with two ops in the room. Like, sir, I'm going to give you a round of applause. Standing ovation. Because you got two women up in here, over here, that was trying to murk you 2 months ago, 60 days ago. And they over there sitting in your face. Y'all able to have a cordial and direct banter and debate on class politics. Like, child, like give Tariq all the things, okay? Because I cannot exactly support gaming. Tariq, you already know. Tariq in these couple of years, he is exercising a lot more patience than I would have. Yeah, DeMarcus, we know. Oh my God. Stephen Havage said, has anyone successfully had a baby in the Power Universe? Diana going to get the Holly and yeah, I will discuss Diana a little later. Big Whoop, you said this scene was troubling. I would love for you to expound on that, sir. I'm just curious what you mean by that. But yes, y'all, I definitely love this scene. Now, I don't know if Effie ate her Wheaties that morning or not, but the amount of audacity she was able to have after class when she borderline forced a conversation with Tariq and trying to clean up her actions by saying she was angry and her back was against the wall and she wasn't thinking, when she told Noma that, well, she actually said, verbatim, when I told Noma about us finding Anya. Now, Effie, something tells me when you told Noma about Anya, you did not include yourself in that, sir. I'm sorry, ma'am. So I feel like this whole statement is actually BS. Because Effie, you are way too smart to not realize that you was going to tell this international drug and arms dealer that the love of her life, her next of kin, her child, her only child, her first love, probably, that her life is in danger and the ops is out to get her. Like, Effie, you cannot convince me that you did not know what the hell you was doing. You knew exactly what you was doing and you just feel guilty about it, okay? So stop playing, boo-boo, because I am over it, okay? Because this fake accountability that you're trying to give yourself, no. And y'all already know, I enjoy her character. She is a complex character. As I like Rock, as I like Ghost, she has a lot of things about her that is mysterious, yet confusing, yet intriguing. So that's why I love her character. I don't condone a lot of her actions. So when I need to hold her accountable, y'all will hear me hold her accountable. And Tariq is not wrong for not effing with her, okay? Because he'll be a fool. What is that saying? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, I'm going to put a cap in your MFN ass. Okay? And support gaming, I do not love a snake at all. Like I said, I don't condone her actions, but I empathize and understand a lot of her things. She is just not only she's a snake to Tariq. Yes, I understand that, but as I can justify my love for Rock and my love for Ghost as characters, as they have done, people that have shared DNA with them have done, I can express my enjoyment of the character of Effie. Because even though we saw Raquel Thomas set up her son, even though we saw James St. Patrick cheat on his wife and do all types of things, I still enjoy those characters. So I will enjoy Effie's character, even though she is doing effed up things. I can admit that. Do I enjoy somebody like a Dre? Hell no. I mean, I enjoyed him in terms of the complexity of his character, but he didn't have as much layers to me as I would say a Ghost and a Rock. In terms of layers, I'm saying what we was able to see on the screen in terms of the conflict between their personal lives and their professional lives and the actions they make in between the two. So I'm just going to say that on that. Hi, Aisha. But yeah, y'all. Thank you so much, Brillo, for the super chat. You said Effie threw shots at my grandson in class, talking about some people wanted more. Talk about a hit dog holla. A hit dog holla. I mean, she didn't say no names technically. Let Effie rock. I let Effie rock, Brillo. DeMarcus, you said Tariq is a snake too. I'm just leave that up there for a minute. Y'all can argue amongst yourselves in the chat, but I said what I said, okay? So to wrap up this conversation, the fact that Effie believes that her sending Tariq the text about Kane and others coming up to get him, and the fact that she feels that they should be good after that, is giving very much delusional. But it was, I mean, I guess she was like, shit, it's worth a shot. It is worth a shot, okay? But girl, you can't be mad at Tariq for not wanting to forgive you. Like, you just gonna have to figure it out. And I know she loves Tariq. I know she do. But you're gonna have to get over it by getting under Kane or somebody else, child, because I cannot. All right. So Effie, she hollers at Diana at the bookstore, okay? Because she's checking things off the list, okay? This girl has a very busy calendar today, okay? And so she's telling Diana, we need to get this work sent all through the Ivy League schools, man. We need to go ahead and get the ball rolling, because Diana's over there we already see what she's going through, and she's very much distracted. And Diana, she's over there talking about stress and, trying to balance and juggle. And Effie ain't trying to hear not a damn word, okay? Effie said, yo, Diana, stress is my middle name. That don't mean ish to me, okay? I've been living a hard knock life forever, ever, okay? Call me Annie, because, girl, I don't want to hear nothing, and I don't want to see your little crocodile tears, okay? And Ms. Diana, I'm going to need you to realize at this point, you are working directly under the connect now. It's no time for pussyfooting around like this USPS way of selling drugs that you're trying to do, ma'am. That is not going to work any longer, okay? So you need to upgrade this to at least overnight FedEx, or at the bare minimum Amazon 2-day shipping, ma'am, because I'm going to need you to get it together, because a couple of weeks is not enough time. Not enough time. I'm gonna need you to worry about how to learn how to multitask, okay? Because Tariq was over there tutoring your cousin brother, making straight A's, okay? Over there murking people, selling work, coming up plans on foot in New York City. So you can't tell me you can't sell a little drugs and go to a couple of classes. I'm gonna need you to prioritize your time because I do not have time for the excuses, Miss Diana. I do not. I do not, okay? And Effie is MF and tired, rightfully so. So what did she do? She took her behind right over there to Noma's establishment and she demanded, well, I would say requested a bigger cut. Hey, Derry, how are you? But Noma was like, ma'am, you're MFing crazy, okay? So she denies Effie's initial request, but Effie was able to convince Noma to give her a chance to obtain business with the Russians. And I'm not gonna lie, I think the gender card worked a little bit. But yeah, Noma was a little bit intrigued. So she gives Effie 24 of the hours to make it happen, okay? Child. Effie was like, I'm over here being a woman of moxie, okay? So with that being said, let me go on over here and sell this oxy, cotton, or whatever you need me to sell, ma'am, because I got things to do, okay? I got classes in school to pay for, and this ain't working. I'm over here doing all the leg work while Effie over there crying over there at the candy shop, sucking on lollipops. Don't you stop. Hey, I'll take you to the candy shop. I'm gonna face the what I got. Oh, where is Olivia? 50, where are you hiding, Olivia? I liked her. I ain't seen her since Love and Hip Hop. Like, 50, release her from the shackles, please. Olivia, girl, where you at? Put out some music. Okay, let's move on, guys. HEA, you said lazy, pretty much. Lazy. Ronald Cameron, you said, I hate to admit it, but I gave Effie MVP of this episode. Stephen Harris, he said, you know what's funny about the Russians and Effie getting his daughter on a swim team is as soon as she gets there, they're going to see that she's not the fast. And yeah, that is true. That is true. Them people at Princeton gonna be looking at those numbers like the math is not mathing, okay? These numbers are not coagulating at all. But Effie, hey, that ain't her problem, okay? But yeah, she goes over there to the Russians and pay them a visit at the restaurant. Y'all, did y'all peep when she came in? I can't do the accent. I'm not an accent girly, but she was like, I came for a drink. Like I gotta get to that little line again because that was hilarious. Okay, she was like, I just want a drink. Okay, but she is there to advertise her little, hacking expertise, right? So yeah, she offers to decrease his the leader, his daughter's time in her backstroke, because she's thirsty to get into Princeton or whatever. And, she just, she's offering to do so in exchange for them to meet Noma. But the Russian was like, we already met up with Noma. And I'm sure it's given very much, she don't know what she doing. It's very much ghetto over there. Like, they not trying to be mixed in with Noma. And we already know, Noma's a woman. She's African-American. So, the Russians ain't really trying to be connected with all that. I already know. It's definitely giving a little bit of racism, but not really because Noma is really falling apart. So I can understand them not wanting to be on board of the Titanic at all. I very much get it. But Effie somehow is very convincing. Now, I'm not going to lie. I definitely go up for, Effie just stretching herself, but I don't know, this was kind of out of left field for me. Like, it didn't really feel, I mean, this is Power Book 2, so I can't say anything feels natural, but I don't know if this was kind of a reach, but at the same time, these are the moves that Tariq also be making, so I can't be too mad. I'm just not used to Effie really just going full throttle. But baby girl said, you know what? I might as well go ahead and make some moves because I'm over here running this operation and getting this operation together because Drew is over there crying over there with Gordo, Kane over there fake hating Tariq, and Diana over there crying and pushing books. So I get it, Effie. I get it. She is tired and she's trying to go to Cali, and I get it. So the Russians, they pretty much agreed to meet with Noma, but Effie got to change the backstroke time and the butterfly time. And they got to meet up with Noma tonight at 9 p.m. And Effie was like, I must be in the building, okay? So be on time, okay? Be on time. Set all of your alarms, please, sir, okay? So, y'all, Tariq is over here at work for real, for real. Like, Tariq is clocking in and out. Poor baby. Like, this is hilarious to me. Tariq is like, I don't know how to do none of this. How do I clock in and out? Tariq probably don't know nothing about no taxes, no Medicaid, Medicare. Like, he don't know nothing about none of this real life stuff. And it's so hilarious to me. This boy is so privileged to the fact it's getting on my nerves more than I think about it because I'm like, boy, you had it good. You had it good. But you just had to do hood rat-ish with your friends. You had to do all that with Kanan and jukeboxing them because you couldn't sit your raggedy behind in that penthouse with that elevator like you should have been. But Rick is over there complaining about, not having no time to study while Brayden is over there looking at, I look like Elle Varner. Like, I think she's a real singer. But he over there trying to put some hot cocoa in his milk. So now we see Brayden has a new love interest. She's low-key a druggie. So we're going to see how that goes, child. Because Brayden, he gives wild cards. So I don't know. What we don't need is him being over there distracted over there with that black booty and not selling that work. Because you already know once you go black, you cannot go back, child. So Tariq, like I said, he over here working, minding his business, right? And who pops up? The boogeyman yet again. Okay, Detective Carter decides to pop up. And of course, he's giving all the fake scary lines, okay, talking about, I know all about you. You're the son of James St. Patrick, one of the city's most biggest pieces of shit, and you smell just like him. I'm like, Don Carter, if you don't get the hell out of my face. You so dramatic, like, oh my gosh. But Tariq, he keeps his innocent act going, and he's pretty much telling Don Carter, like, I don't know what you're talking about. I pray you get and seek justice for, Paz and whoever the hell, okay? Because I don't know nothing about nothing, okay? Call me Zeke. I don't know nothing, okay? But Don Carter insists that he knows the truth and he knows who Tariq really is, and his, normal college student act is just very much an act, okay? And I thought, the conversation was about to end. But Don Carter was like, you know what? I'm going to bring out the big joker. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to bring up your mama. So he decides to bring up Tasha St. V. Patrick and tells Tariq that Tasha is in danger of getting kicked out of WITSEC. I said, why did you wake this bear up? Why did you wake this bear up, Don Carter? Like, Tariq don't need this stress. I mean, I'm low-key happy he did tell Tariq what's going on with Tasha, because Tasha, if she got kicked out of WITSEC, she probably would not tell Tariq. So I'm not too mad at it, but, he was aggravating me. I did like the scene, though. I'm not even going to lie. I did like the scene. But Don Carter, get out of my face with all this dramatic-ish. Jesus Christ. What are we doing here? Oh, gosh. DeMarcus, you said, remember, Bash told Tariq that he smells just like St. Patrick because he probably done took all his daddy's cologne, okay? Tariq said, I ain't buying this expensive stuff while my daddy ain't used all this good cologne yet. So he went up there in that penthouse in that nice little closet and took all the watches and all of the nice cologne that James used to wear. He's like, if my daddy was able to pull these chicks with this cologne, then that's what I'm going to do. And y'all saw what Tariq was doing. He was body rocking, knocking the boots with all three of those women, okay? I'm just saying. Aisha, you say I believe Michael Ealy is crazy in real life. He plays villain too well. I don't trust no light skinned man. And don't he got green eyes? That's double trouble, ladies. Stay away. Okay, stay away. No blue eye, no green eye bandits, no hazel eye bandits. Stay with me. Dark brown me, please. Okay, you would not be hypnotizing me with your light colored eyes. What are we doing here? Anywho, Reek calls Davis, right, for intel on Carter, right? And Dave was like, yeah, he might be somebody you need to worry about, okay? Because he's over there playing around on a task force, okay? He's on a narcotic task force, and his wife got murked by some dealers. So you already know Don Carter is out here not playing with nobody. So he tells Tariq to watch his back because Don Carter is not like any other cop that Tariq is used to. And Tariq is used to pretty annoying ass cops. So are y'all telling me that Don Carter's going to be out here doing some wild-ish the next 8 episodes? I can't even imagine what this man will conjure up doing to catch Tariq. Like, I am intrigued on how these writers are going to keep me on my toes with Don Carter, because I feel like they're going to be having him doing some extra-ish, and I am not prepared. I'm going to just let y'all know this right now. But I do love the fact that Davis is still looking out for Tariq without getting that near payment, no check, no cash, no nothing. But I am a little cautious because in my head, I'm like, will this last? Will this loyalty last if Davis was given the right proposition? We already know if Davis is really, truly backed against the wall, and if he had to choose between himself and Tariq, he's most likely, of course, going to choose himself, I feel. But I don't know, like, the writers, they be fooling us sometimes, and they'll set up threads throughout the season, because sometimes by the time episode 10 is aired and I watch it, and if I rewatch the season, like, I'm like, duh, it's been in my face the whole time. Like, I don't know, the writers have a way of kind of showing us how things are going to play out. But I don't know. Davis is a tricky one. But I do know he's dealing with, the death of his brother. And he probably still feels some sort of sense of, allegiance and loyalty to Tariq. And he also stated, he roots for the underdog. I feel like he truly does like Tariq. Tariq is an impressionable kid. But yeah, I'm just curious how long this loyalty lasts, and would it last the entire season, okay? Tariq also decides to text his mama, we need to talk. Okay. So I did love the fact that we find out that they still do have a means of communication. I really love that about this little dynamic between Tariq and Tasha. Okay. Aisha said, I don't trust no colored eyes, man. As well. That's what I'm saying, girl. You got to be careful. Blaze, you said, but what is Pa's connection to Detective Carter, though? There's plenty of drug dealers in New York City, but what's the real reason for him to go with no breaks towards Tariq St. Patrick? Yeah, I think we just have to stick around and find out. Hopefully they don't play in our face for too long, because I don't have the patience. But I feel like we're going to get more and more context to this whole dynamic, hopefully within the next couple episodes, because I don't have time. I did not like the game Clue as a kid, and I don't have time to be piecing together mystery. So writers, make it snappy and make sure it's done before this little break, before part 2, because y'all not gonna have me over here for 4 Sundays trying to figure out what the hell Detective Don Carter and Paz had in terms of a connection. I don't have the patience, sir. Okay, so writers, make sure y'all tell me what's going on and how these people know each other and all these facts. I need to know within the next 2 episodes, please and thank you. Okay, so we see Monet. She decides to take her thigh-high boots and pop up at Noma's because she's scared of being pushed out of the organization. And of course, she pull up right before the Russians showed up. So when the Russians rolled up, they're like, oh, this is a little setup, hey? And this is what we doing, Noma? Like, I thought we was, trying to talk serious business here, okay? And I'm like, see, you're doing too much. Monet, you done messed up all of Effie's hard work. She over here struggling. She did not waste all that gas money to go on over to the Russian side of town for you to be over here being scared and shaking in your thigh highs to be messing up people's plans. Like, ma'am, what are we doing here? We had a great little sales pitch and everything. You over here effing it up. We get to the point where we got guns drawn on all sides. The Russians, they pissed, they leave. Noma, she's disappointed and pissed off, so she go back inside her establishment. And next thing we see is Monet over there having a little dizzy spell, looking like she about to pass out. And then to make matters worse, we see Effie driving Monet. And I'm like, how the hell did you get Monet thick ass up in that goddamn car, Effie? Who helped you? Who helped you, girl? Because, Monet, she got a little girth up in there between the lace front and the boots. That's 18 pounds right there, ma'am. Like, Effie, you got the strength of Hercules over here. But while Monet is passed out in her vehicle being driven, okay, back home, we get a little flashback. Well, we've been getting flashbacks throughout the episode, but I'll discuss that and insert it in this part of my recap. So let me just start off by saying, if y'all would tell me that the writers are thinking about doing a Raising Monet, if y'all would have told me that a year ago, I'm like, I ain't trying to see no Raising Monet. What the hell you talking about? But now, I don't know if it's the actress that's playing young Monet or the directing of these flashbacks, but I'm like, hold up, I may be kind of here for this. Like, I feel like they're putting this out possibly as a little tester to see how the audience and how the reception is in regards to young Monet. And I won't be surprised that they, may do more with this. I'm not sure. Because we know they're doing origins and stuff. And don't get me wrong, I would have listed 20 other characters to have an origin story before I would have put Monet. But the way they pretty much directed these flashbacks, I'm actually kind of here for it, because I was thoroughly here for a Tommy spinoff, okay? I wanted all the things. And I was not here for a Kanan spinoff whatsoever. But lo and behold, Raising Kanan ends up being my favorite spinoff. And Tommy, well, I'm not going to say anything negative. Let's just say is not my favorite, okay? But yeah, so we have a flashback with young Monet, Lorenzo, and Kane, right? And it's in the 90s, specifically 93, because they're playing Groove Theory Tell Me, which was my song, okay? Still is. And that was in 93. So we see her with baby Kane and this little, this little apartment is giving very much I'm humbled, right? It got the brown water to match and everything. And it's funny because when I was watching these flashbacks with young Monet, I was just like, oh, like it's giving, this is my firstborn, my baby, like, just, you could just tell she really had like real true love for her baby. But then I had to snap out of it. I was like, hell no. Zeke over there, 7 years old in daycare in North Carolina. Girl, get your other baby. Polu Zeke is over there playing in the fields while you over here giving Kane the best treatment in his life. Oh my God, y'all, this was funny to me, okay? But Momo, she's being very much impatient with Lorenzo and his progress to get that work, okay? He is trying to play the slow and steady game, but the way that brown water was coming out of the faucet, it wasn't slow and steady. So Monet was tired, okay? So we also see a scene where young Monet, Janet, and Kane, they're in the car. They get pulled over, and she's frantic because there's a blicky in the car. So, she conceals the blicky and she uses Kane to pretty much get out of a ticket or whatever. And, we see young Monet and young Lorenzo have a little conversation about it. And he's asking her, like, why do you need a blicky in the vehicle, ma'am? Like, what are we doing? So she pulls out 2 bricks that she got from Carlos, who's, the leader, I'm just going to say, of the organization that Lorenzo is trying to be a part of or is a part of. And I didn't like it because it's like, damn, you going behind his back. That's low-key emasculating. So I don't like that as well. But Lorenzo, he tells her, like, I'm not happy about it. Like, I don't want you mixing our kid with business, and it won't end well. And I get it, but I'm like, Lorenzo, what is the difference between you selling that work and Monet selling that work? Now, I get him. He may have been saying literally, you got a blicky and bricks in the car with my son. I get it. But Lorenzo, what you don't realize, if you get caught selling that work, or you have a situation where your house is raided and they feel that Monet is a part of it, she will be getting locked up too, sir. So regardless of which parent is in that life, the child is going to suffer regardless, okay? So I get it, but at the same time, Lorenzo, you need to think twice. Y'all should have been over there filing applications to Woolworth or Kmart or whatever bodega instead of selling these drugs, because if y'all scared of the repercussions, then y'all don't need to be in this game, okay? I'm just going to say it. Okay, well, let me take that back. If Lorenzo is scared or cautious, I should say, Monet is about that action, okay? She is tired, okay? She said, these rats, these roaches, and this lack of an elevator in this building, like, this is not it, okay? Oh, Lord. Sorry. Oh, Jesus, sorry. I'm just going to leave this little thought I have in my head alone, okay? But I do like this flashback. I feel that it provides some context and insight to me in terms of their humble beginnings. And it does answer some questions for me based on the scenes with the ghost of Lorenzo and Monet from last episode. But yeah, y'all, it's a lot. What's up, John Wright? I haven't seen your name before unless you change it, but thank y'all. Thank you for coming through. Please make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. What's up, Darnell Knight? Hi. Haven't seen your name either. Welcome to the trap. Okay, please like and subscribe and share if you like what's going on in this live. DeMarcus, you said Monet is seeing Lorenzo and Kane, and this is why Monet has an issue with Kane. Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. You said it would have been interesting if Monet got the 2 bricks from Kanan instead of Carlos from the OG Powder Racing. Oh, you always got to make it messy, DeMarcus, right? 8 million people in New York City, and you want Monet to get them bricks. You want them to get them from Kanan. Granted, they are in the same. They in Queens. Yeah, I think they are. Monet is in Queens, right? For some reason, Brooklyn popped in my head, but yeah, I think they are in Queens. But still, we don't need all that. We don't need all that messiness, DeMarcus. Aisha, you said the actor playing young Lorenzo has his mannerisms. Yeah, he did. Yeah, they did a great job. Like, that's what I said. Like, I don't know if I really would have been here for Raising Monet, but I think the actors really sold it. Even the actress, like some of her facial features, match Monet. She got the long little, burgundy hair. I was here for it, y'all. I was here for it. Hey, Miss Kira, how are you? Thank you for coming through, boo. So yeah, y'all, let's move on. So the next morning, the kids over there on Monet's bedside because, she was all passed out the night before. And Kane is pissed off because he's telling Monet, like, girl, you are doing way too much, okay? You out of your league, and the game has changed, okay? I'm like, damn, you act like it's been 10 years, Kane. No, get me wrong. As we saw in Raising Kanan, the game can change in a matter of months, okay? Because Unique went from being jailed to being just furless, okay? So we I get what he's saying, but I feel like Kane was being a little dramatic, but Monet was being very much reckless, okay, being very emotional. But she believes that Kane is behind her hit. And she's thinking, well, damn, now he want the power. He ain't got no leads of who shot me, because she just went through this with Lorenzo, right? So she is very much suspicious. So she's talking to Drew and Diana, and they're of course trying to debunk these thoughts, and trying to convince her otherwise. So Monet, she's probably like, I gotta keep my head on the swivel. I said, girl, you are looking at the wrong kid, okay? You are looking at the wrong kid. Your poor little beloved Drew, it wants to murk you, boo, and I cannot wait for you to find out, okay? Child, talk about mother and son. Y'all, we are at the shop depot with Tariq and Tasha / Rachel. I said, Tasha St. Patrick. Oh, Jesus, girl. She over here. Just call it a Kmart, okay? It's damn near Kmart. And no shade to Kmart and working at a place like Kmart, but it's just hilarious how life has changed for her, okay? And she confirmed she has pretty much one more time to F up before she is kicked out of Witset, because they are over her in the St. Patrick's anyway. But Tariq make her promise that she would not come back to New York. Now we find out, or if you was paying attention, she's in Pennsylvania, because when we saw Tariq do what he did in the parking lot, we saw Pennsylvania plates, right? So that's a few hours drive at best. But apparently, Rachel, aka Tasha, has a boss / supervisor that is quite handsy, okay? It's possible that he wants, he wants a little chocolate in his life. And the way Tariq's eyes looked when he saw that Chris was being disrespectful to Tasha, it was giving very much Ghost. It was giving very much Ghost. And I was like, Tariq, you got to think what you're doing now, because I feel like I'm like, oh, Lord, Tariq is going to murk this man in the next 5 minutes. How many of y'all thought that Tariq was going to murk this man, okay? But Tasha is down bad, okay? Bad wig, bad hair color. It's just down bad, okay? But Reek, he goes in the parking lot. He proceeds to F Chris up and threaten his life, okay? And I just hope that don't come back to bite him either, because Tasha got one more chance. Biggie, give me one more chance. Biggie, give me one more chance. Biggie, give me. You got one more chance. So yeah, y'all, Tasha may be getting kicked out from this situation with Tariq. So we gonna have to see. So yeah, Tariq, you gotta get your money up, because Tasha she's gonna need a place to stay. Noma, she pulls up on Kane, and she's upset and telling him like, yo, your mother cost me an expansion opportunity, okay? And she could have put all of us out there for exposure. So what I need you to do is wrangle those Russians back in, and I'm going to give you a deadline to fix it by tonight. And I was like, dang, Noma, by tonight, the Russians? Then you asking for a lot. Like, you trying to put Kane on a dummy mission. Like, this is too much. This is too much, right? So speaking of Kane, we over here at the Tejada house, and Monet, she justifies popping Poppy and Gordo to Drew. And Drew was like, dang, I think you over here about to grow and what have you, about to apologize, but you over here justifying your BS, right? So he immediately goes to the kitchen. He's trying to poison his mama. I said, Drew. And it's crazy because I'm not even mad that Drew is standing on business like this. Like, I am not mad, Drew. Do you, Drew? Do you, Drew? Like, something gonna come up with these pills later, y'all. Oh, I cannot wait. So Diana has to go in here and stop him because she all in her feelings, because she got a lot going on. And she tells him, like, you know what? We are better than her. we have done a lot of effed up things, a lot of things we didn't think we would be able to do, but we did them, but we will be better than her. And then we have Monet on the other side of the wall listening. And how many of y'all thought that Monet was going to overhear them talk about the plan? Like, oh, that would have been so fire. But of course, it's episode 2. They're not going to give us that goodness in episode 2. But I was ready for it. I was like, yeah, y'all talk about that plan, trying to murk Monet. That would have been perfect. But they're going to make us wait. But I was waiting, y'all. I was waiting. Brillo, you said Tasha needs to go. Monet needs to roll and smoke Tasha. Yes, my daughter. That is definitely diabolical of you, Brillo. I cannot. Dairy B, you said I'm loving Drew. That's what I'm saying. I'm loving Savage Drew. I am loving it. McDonald's, me please. I'm loving it. Darcel Knight, you said Drew and Diana pregnant or not. They need to go. See, that's the type of savagery I'm in for. Okay. Please, we don't need any spawns. We don't need any more Tejadas popping up in the universe, okay? Y'all, we need to be done with this whole bloodline. Let's start over. Because y'all are reckless. Y'all are reckless. Stephen Harris, he gonna come down with CBI and turn New York into Gaza for Sasha if anything happened to her. Oh, Jesus Christ. It is a mess, right? So Kane, he asked Effie for help with the Russians, right? So she has to skip out on her little engineering interview to help him because it would be defeating the purpose of having this interview knowing she need the money. So she had to help Kane with the money, right? So they go to the Russians and they offer, untraceable blickies for another meet, right? And they was like, okay, but I only want to meet with the girl. So they only going to meet with Effie. Now, this is going to be an interesting dynamic with Effie being a link to the Russians, right? Like, Effie low-key got the big joker. And I'm like, are they going to beef Effie up to really be that girl? Like, to really be on top? Like, this is going to be interesting, right? So, on the way back to New York, Reek, his little hoopty breakdown, and Braden picks him up, right? And Tariq was like, man, we need some real money. Like, I need to help my family. He definitely does not like the fact that his mom has to work and has to deal with this little handsy-ass supervisor. And, he wants to secure a future for Yaz, and he's tired of working all these jobs. Like, he's like, what are we doing here? Like, I'm not used to this regular labor, this work. Like, ew, like Tariq was like, I used to have maids and housekeepers. Like, what am I doing here, washing jock straps? Like, this is not cute at all. And, they understand, like, it's risky and not smart, but it's kind of like the only option at this point. Because, like I said, Tariq do not like being broke and worried about, just mere things that, us regular humans like to, stress about. So they decide to be overworked and paid than being overworked than broke. Okay. He says he has a plan. So we got to figure out what the hell that plan is, because one thing Tariq is going to have is audacity and plans. Okay. He would never lack a plan. This boy, he's smart. He's a smart guy. He's definitely very much smart. Okay. So speaking of plans, there's a 50% chance that Tariq may be mad that Diana didn't take a plan B because she is preggers, okay? She is preggers, and I'm not even gonna hold y'all. 90% of me is like, it's the leaves. It's Hotep's baby. It's not Tariq's baby. Like, I understand the writing is gonna want them to have a child, but Diana, you don't need to have Tariq baby. I know you want it, but it don't need to happen, Captain. Like, you need to be over there with Salim and his rich white parents and be far, far away from this life and raise your baby. That's what you need to do. If you want to be out of this life so bad, that is a perfect opportunity. Because mixing up the St. Patrick and the Tejada DNA, like, I don't even know what we gonna get out of that. Like, that is too much of a mystery, and I don't know if I like it, you guys. Like, I don't know if I can deal with it. Like, I understand, and I'm not saying I hate the pregnant storyline. I just feel it's predictable. And for the life of me, I've been wrecking my brain trying to recount the scenes, the X scenes with Tariq and Salim, and trying to recall if I saw any contraceptives being used at all. And I don't recall. I do feel like Tariq did use a contraceptive in one of his scenes, but I don't feel like it was with Diana. For some reason, I feel that it was either with Lauren or Effie, but don't quote me, y'all. Like, let me know if y'all ever saw any contraceptives used when Tariq was over there doing what he was doing, or with Diana, because I don't remember. But it was quite hilarious that she was giving the nurse attitude when the nurse was asking her, do you know who the father is? And she so-called knows who the father is because she really wants it, I'm sure, to be Tariq. But girl, don't act like you wasn't busting it wide open for two Negroes over there. Like, don't do that. Don't do that, Diana. Even though the nurse was being very much racist, okay? But I don't know. Who do y'all think the pappy is? Let me know. Who do y'all think the pappy is? Please let me know. I want to know y'all thoughts. For real, for real. Blaze, you said stop it. Drew is about as savage as a damn Teletubby. Ain't nobody taking any of his threats seriously. I am. We seen Drew. He had that pussy wide open, and literally 2 minutes later, he popped the love of his life in the shower. Well, I would say the love of the month because he was in love with Everett too. But I do believe Drew has action. He got motion. But the problem is he got motion, but it's normally driven by emotion, and that's a problem. Denise Nicole, thank you for coming through. You said it was Effie. Okay. Darcel, you said DM, if Noma goes after Tariq, Ghost will surely appear even if it's not there together. Okay. What's up? My name is Corey. Haven't seen you in the chat before. Thank you for coming through. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Tommy schooled Tariq on user protection. Yes, he did, because we know Ghost went over there giving no advice, but Tariq wasn't opening up to Ghost either. So I'm just going to say that. Miss Kira, you said, I want to say it was Lauren, but don't give me the line. That's what I'm saying, Miss Kira. I'm trying to remember, because I do remember them putting that in the scene. But I don't know. It's either Lauren or Effie. But now that you said Lauren, now I'm really thinking it's Lauren. Then it's, yes, Monet did find condoms in Diana's drawer, though. Yes, that is true. But I don't remember seeing Diana using them when the time was right. It was cute all in the purse, but I don't think when she was over there laying on her back was telling these dudes, oh, let me get my purse, go on my nightstand drawer. Like, I don't remember her doing that. You know, some of these kids, they be like, oh yeah, it's cute to have it in your, your purse or whatever. But when it's time to get down or to get down, some people feel like it's gonna mess up the vibe if they actually ask for somebody to put it on. What's up, SJ Smith? You said the first time with Diana he used protection, but the second time she was drunk, so they might have not used. That's the thing too. That was when Tariq popped up that second time. It was kind of some get back at Effie, so it was not planned. She was drunk. She was emotional. That's why I'm like, oh. But she was over there throwing that thing in a circle with Celine too. So I don't know if it's Bird Chest is the daddy or Tariq, but we got to figure it out. We got to figure it out. Denise, you said Effie took a condom out to reach nightstand when she pulled them pals down. Okay, so it might be Effie. Jesus Christ. I don't know, but we got to figure this out, child. Who the pappy? Well, whoever the pappy is, the uncle, Kane, he over there at Noma's house with her ungrateful ass, and she's being very much unappreciative of the deal that Effie and Kane came up with the Russians. Like, girl, I don't see you over there trying to get meetings together. Well, we did see or find out that it was unsuccessful. So, Noma, you mean to tell me that you was over there trying to convince the Russians to work with you? But no, we have Effie over here half your age. She was able to find out an end to convince them to work with you, but you over here being very much ungrateful and fake threatening Kane's life. Like, Noma, get out of my face. You was never gonna do anything to Kane, and you was low-key turned on. Okay, when Kane predicted what she was about to say, when she was fake about to hurt him, she was turned on. Them underwears got moist, and she was like, you know what, OB, exit stage left. Okay, because I think I found a candidate to take your position on. Okay, so Noma, she offers Kane a drink, and she may have offered him a snack afterwards. But we shall see, how that night ended next episode. Maybe, hopefully. I don't know if I'm trying to see a whole love scene between Noma and Kane. It's giving very much cougar. And I just don't know, you guys. I don't. But this Effie, if it turns out to be an Effie, Noma, Kane love triangle, that can get spicy, right? Because Effie holds the key to the Russians, right? So Effie really has an opportunity to level up. But my thing is, we would have to figure out who Noma's connect is, and Effie would really need to connect and figure out if she can really possibly take Noma's organization from her. Even though Effie don't really necessarily want that lifestyle, she's using these drug opportunities to fund her education. So this is low-key like short term for her, but I wonder if getting more and more power and more clout will diminish her dreams of like being in robotics and having like a legit life. I'm thinking about that, right? Because Noma, I feel like she's gonna get exposed. She's kind of unraveling. Her daughter is kind of like a soft spot for her. So I don't know. I think that's an interesting dynamic because she likes Kane, but as I stated, she loves Tariq. I don't know. It's a lot to work with here, and I just hope the writers don't F it up. So we're going to have to see. What's up, Torian? Thank you for coming through. My name is Corey. You said, I don't think Effie feeling Kane like that. I think she likes Kane. I think she does. Not saying she likes him a lot, but I think there is some care there because, like I said, last episode, we're seeing a little bit of a turn with Effie. Like, the thread of the show is Effie cares about herself. She looks out for herself. True, because I feel like she has to, or she feels the need to do so because everybody else in this show has some type of, connection to other people, and family, right? And she's kind of like a lone star. But she's seeing people show up for her, i.e. Kane, i.e. Tariq, even though she constantly does Tariq, shady. She's starting to feel like remorse, I feel, when it comes to some of her decisions. And she's learning, I think she's learning to how to reciprocate certain type of relationships. So, we see her kind of halfway apologize to Kane, kind of help him with the Russian situation because, he was kind of, being there for her last season, right? So I do feel like we're seeing a shift, but I don't know how they're going to write Effie for the rest of the season. Is she's going to level up, or is she going to be, is it going to be fatal? Like, I'm not sure, but I must say I am interested in watching this journey of this character. And yes, Miss Kira, all the kids on the show is little. That is facts. And it's crazy because Effie gets that rap of always being out for herself, but nobody's recognizing that she has to be, or I don't feel like they give a damn. You know what I'm saying? Even though we see all the Tejadas on some level is out for self, or stroking their own ego, or just trying to get their own goals accomplished. Um, but yeah, it's a lot to say about that whole dynamic with Effie and Kane and Tariq and Noma, but we're gonna have to see it play out, right? So let's kind of wrap this up. So Tariq, he utilizes his tracker and spare key to confiscate his whip, his vehicle from 2-Bit. Okay, and I don't know what it is, y'all. I cannot explain my like for 2-Bit. Like, I can't justify it because he's always been, standing on business. He's always about street code. He's given more like a villain in this particular spinoff. But I don't know why I really like 2-Bit, and I love seeing him on the screen. Not saying we need to have 2-Bit on this show because I don't really know if he would be beneficial to Tariq, and that's kind of the thread of it in a sense. But I like seeing 2-Bit on the screen. But 2-Bit, yeah, you got to find you another ride, homie, or get you a Metro card, because what you not going to do is drive Tariq's vehicle any longer, okay? So I told y'all Effie, sorry, I said Effie, go Lord, Effie, think about me, child. Her spirit is on me. Obi, he had to leave Noma's little situation, right? So he gets questioned by Detective Carter, okay? And Carter's over there talking about, oh, I have records between you and assassin number 1 that was part of the campus shooting, and I got connections between you and these green cards. So they head to the station, and yeah, Obi, I think he's going to choose himself and his family. And when it comes to this situation, like, I feel like he may try to be loyal to Noma as much as he can be, but if he had to choose between Noma and his family, he is going to choose his family. So I don't know. I don't see Obi lasting too much longer in this equation, but I don't know. I definitely see him heading towards the Cheesecake Factory. So call him a rat if you want to, but he gonna be eating that cheesecake. What y'all think about that? Let me know. The last scene, right? I love this scene, and call me biased, but I love when shows shoot scenes from my neighborhood. Like, I love when they utilize this space, which is the last scene when Tariq meets with Monet, because this is literally like a minute's drive from where I grew up in Harlem. But they use this spot all the time. Like, it's plenty of shows, music videos, movies. But I love that they utilize this space, right? But so they have a little meeting of the minds, if you will. And Monet is like, I ain't gonna hold you, Tariq. Like, my kids ain't trying to find my shooter, and you always seem to know something. So you need to let me know what's up. Like, this is the thing with Monet. Monet, she ain't the brightest crayon in the box. But in her heart, in her spirit, I feel like she knows her adopted son Tariq did not try to murk her. Like, I feel like she knows, but of course she has to still ask him anyway. With rightfully so, because she's like, you will want me murked more than anybody, but of course we already know who really did shoot at her, and he cannot give that person up. So she's trying to ask him, like, why would I come after Tasha, right? And he says Kate Egan. And it was so hilarious, right? Because y'all know I love me some Kate. But the amount of smoke that Monet had for Kate, because she don't know Kate from a can of paint. So she like, who the F is this Kate bitch? And what did she say? Like, it was so hilarious because from her point of view, she don't know no goddamn Kate Egan, okay? But Tariq proceeds to tell her, like, Kate told me that you gave Tommy Tasha's address, right? And so she's like, well, why the ever she say that? And he was like, I don't know. She probably wants you dead. So Monet said, whoever put her up to do it, that MF are gonna die. And I'm like, I ain't gonna, that was a good cliffhanger, you guys. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, I love that scene between Monet and Tariq. I don't know if it's the chemistry or I don't know. I just love when those two are together. They have some really, really good scenes in that G-Wagon. Like I think of the scene where she tried to hold him in the car when he was late for his little hearing with Yaz. But she always thinks she got the one up on, Tariq on some level, but he always verbally able to weasel his way out of any situation. But this was a little different. The dynamic was different. She, was kind of more so not inflicting her power or her dominance on Tariq. She was really low-key trying to gain some understanding from him because she's vulnerable and she doesn't trust people. I can't say she don't trust all her kids because I do feel like she still trusts Drew and Diana low-key, but she's really scared about Kane. And I don't know, I just cannot wait till she find out. If she finds out, because I feel like they could spin this in a weird way. But if she finds out Drew and Diana is really behind this whole situation, y'all, give me the popcorn, please, and thank you, okay? HEA, you said, I hope she don't roll up on Kate blasting the tones. And this is the thing, right? Because we have to think. When Tariq went to Kate last season, Kate had those boxes in her house. This is months later. So at this point, Kate could technically be already in Chicago. I can't see her. I mean, well, it's Kate, child, so we don't know. But I can't see her, still being in Queens. Well, I don't think she's in Queens. I think Kate, they stated Kate lives in Long Island, I think. Long Island or Staten Island. Her house is not in Queens. Tommy mentioned in OG Power. It's on either Long Island or Staten Island. I want to say it's Staten Island, but don't quote me. It's one of them islands. But I feel like Kate is good, right? Because she's over there in Chicago dealing with Tommy and all his BS. But yeah, I cannot wait. I shout out to Detroit Kings. I'm not sure if he was the originator of this, but he mentioned Kate possibly having like a ring camera situation. So maybe, some way Tariq can figure out the ring camera. Or my initial thought was when I saw this scene is Tariq somehow going to Kate and maybe showing her a picture of Diana or something like that, and to identify, like, I don't know, I feel like Diana will be aired out as the one who went to Kate's house, but how they go about doing it, I don't exactly know. But yeah, this was good. I really, really enjoyed this episode, probably more than episode 1. Like, my initial rating, I would say, is a 9. And that's really good. Like, I really was glued in. I love the scenes. I really don't have any true complaints. Like, I love the flashbacks. Like, I love scenes like that. Like, the whole Monet and the ghost of baby daddy's past, with Mecca and Lorenzo. Like, I didn't love those scenes. I think it was mainly due to the direction. And I know each episode, typically with Power, they have different directors, whatever. But I don't know. I really love the flashbacks. It wasn't cheesy at all. It was well produced and directed, and casted. I wouldn't mind seeing more of it. Not too much to where it's annoying, but just enough. But I really enjoyed this episode. It had great balance. I don't have any complaints whatsoever. But let me get y'all ratings before I get out of here. DeMarcus, you said a 7. Derry B at 8. Darcel Knight, you said, I hope they blast Diana before she announced she's pregnant. You are savage. That would be interesting, right? Because nobody really, Tasha knew Holly was pregnant, but that is interesting. That would be interesting. But I just don't. I want Diana to know that's Celine's baby. That's not Tariq's baby. Lord knows I don't want to be Tariq's baby. Stephen Harris, you said 9. HEA 8.5. Miss Kira, 7.5. My name is Corey. You give it an 8. Aisha, a 7. Let me see what else before I get out of here. Remember, Monet was going to smoke Tommy, but Tariq protected Tommy from Monet. Monet would have an issue with Tommy over Kate DeMarcus. I don't know. I feel like Monet will figure out her kids are behind it before she really. I don't know. I just don't feel like Monet she will get to Tommy. I understand what you're saying though. Stephen Harris, you said, what's the point of Diana getting pregnant just to find out it's Salim? The writing will bring him back this season so people will be like, ain't no way that baby is Tariq. Yeah, because I saw Salim in a preview. So he's definitely coming back. But I do agree. Like, I thought to myself too, like, the writing will make it to where Tariq is the daddy. Like, that's the predictable part of this thing. And it will be more spicy, will be more entertaining. Nobody wants Salim to be the daddy. That's stupid, right? I mean, not saying it's stupid, but there is no fun in that. Like, no, we love Young and the Restless for a reason, for the spiciness, right? So, I don't know. I just feel like it may be like a weird, like, Maury episode where Tariq goes along and think this baby is his, but come to find out it's Salim. I don't know. I feel like they're going to do something messy. But I don't want it to be Tariq at all. I do not want this. But didn't we see in a preview? I feel like I saw Tariq in the Tariq was in the room when Diana was in at the doctor. So there's going to be a conversation. And I just hate, some shows they lead up to it, but the girl never gets to tell the guy she's pregnant or something weird. Like, they always get interrupted. So I don't know. We're going to have to just tune in and see what happens. Big Wolf, you said, what if it's not Tariq or Salim's baby child? I don't know. It could be Justin Combs' baby. Wasn't he? He was over there drunk in Diana's room last season too. He was over there in the mix. Okay. But yeah, that was pretty much the episode. I hope y'all enjoyed this recap / review. Please make sure you guys are liking this video, subscribe, do all the things to support your girl. I hope you guys have a wonderful Father's Day. I hope this Father's Day is okay for me. As y'all know, I just lost my father last month. So I've had a lot of weird emotions this past week. So I'm just hoping this day will be okay for me. Okay, keep me in your prayers. But yes, I'm going to celebrate my husband and we're going to have, some good lunch. So I hope you guys have a great day and a great week. Of course, we'll be back for episode 3 next week. But yeah, y'all, that's about all. So make sure y'all support me and make sure y'all like this video up for your girl, okay? Until next time, toodles.